Hello everyone, and welcome to the third part of the Nualia outfitting video series. On today's part, we are going to be rigging Nualia's hair and getting her into the Source Filmmaker. With that being said, let's get straight into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the cloak and the relevant cloak bones. So just type in cloak and hide it. And we are going to start by tracing out the relevant bones. So just kind of looking at this, it looks like probably going to have 3 or 4 bones per chain. So I'm going to do the sides and the back first, and then we'll do special attention to the front bangs. So let's go back here, and we're probably about along here is when the rigging should start. So let's just select some vertices or some faces along there, and then we'll come back over here and we'll just kind of see those a bit above the ears is where we want it to start. So we'll just come over to the bone tools, and we will start by tracing down some bones right here. Why not? So we'll do something like that. And then we will put these bones into position, and then we will just work off this bone chain as we see fit. Then this bone chain goes right there. That's good for the side, I think. So we will duplicate it and do the other side. So we go to bone 005 and duplicate it. And make sure these bones are in position. That was a bit of a fail on my part. We need to select all of the bones, which apparently I did not duplicate. So let's try that again. Copy all of those bones. Unhide the hair. There we go. Move that over there. Here we go, that's looking pretty good. And then we will do a separate chain of bones for the back. So we will start over here. Actually, more like right here. We'll do something more like that. So we'll make sure this is in position. It should actually be in a pretty good spot where it is. Yeah, that's in a pretty good spot. We'll actually move it forward a bit because there's a bit of depth to this hair. Something like that. And then we will once again work off this bone chain. So I'm just going to bring up my bone enumerator, select this chain. We will copy this chain and we will put it right there. And then we will rotate these bones a bit so that they adhere better. Something like that. We will copy this bone set and mirror it over to the other side. There we go. I think that's pretty good. And I think the rest of the hair we can probably get away with rigging manually on the front. It's like all of this for certain I want to have rigged. This, and I could probably get away with having all of this rigged to these bones. So let's start by doing all of that. So we are going to manually rig these. We are not going to auto rig them. And so we're going to start by naming these bone chains, something useful. So this is the right hair bone chain. This is the left bone chain. And this is the first back chain. We'll actually end up moving you forward a bit. we will come over here. Got this bone chain. This is the second chain. And then this is the third chain. And then we will use the wireframe over here to get in the same position as that other chain. Okay, so let's start and manually rig all of this. So we're going to come over here, select all of the hair bones, and they should not have any weight assigned to them. Good, good. So now we're going to start with the right, and we're going to turn off paint weights, and we're just going to kind of go like this, and I'm going to paint all of the hair to this initial bone. And you'll see why momentarily. So we just go and paint all of this weight to that first bone. And then I'm going to reduce this a bit so that the yellow is more or less right on the edge of the bone. And then we come over and sort of reduce it to the same level across the board. Okay. And now we're going to go to the second bone. And we're going to be very lenient, very liberal with our application of weight, but not as liberal as with the first one. Just going to kind of restrict it to this region. And then we do the same over here. I always tend to paint over and then undo the weights. So let's quickly see how that operates. So obviously this is going to look a bit screwy. I want to see where it bends. That's looking pretty good. And then you bending pretty good. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. So I got a message. I'm going to quickly bring that over here. Okay, so that little bit is just going to be cut out, and I'm going to start right here. No, actually, I'm going to start right here. Okay. So the hair bends pretty well. I got a Steam message, and so I cut that little bit out of the video. So that part bends pretty well. Let's get back to it. And we're just going to sort of go down the line. So the left side, we would just sort of paint like this. Go. And then the next one. And the third. And then finally the fourth. And then we go to the back. And we're going to start with the central. Something like this. Have the weights come all the way down. Like that. And then the second one. Do very much the same. So this is a rigging process I call shelling, where the idea is you make multiple cocooned or nested shells of rigging, and each subsequent shell that you make is a more refined version. And you'll see why I do it in this particular way when I finally finish making these shells. You'll see why I do it this way. It'll be actually really rather ingenious, I think, when you all see what the end result is. And then we'll just kind of have this section be something like this. Then I'll go back and clean all this up. And then finally, this bone. So now, moment we've all been waiting for, why the shelling. So if we come back to the very first bone, this one, we can see these little spatters of weights where they don't belong. So we will just come through and remove these. So now, because of 3ds Max's automatic weight removals, all of those weights should have gone to wherever they properly belong. So I can see over here that there's some vertices that are being spread around incorrectly. And so we'll just come around, just select all these vertices, and do weight of 0, 0. And now we're just going to go through and clean up all of these weights. So we come back down here, and we do the same thing. So I can see a few vertices over here where they shouldn't be. There we go. Okay, that's looking fine. And then we come over to the left and do the same thing. And since these bones weren't nearly as widespread, I don't need to worry about the vertices being crazily displaced. Like this one, for example, there's a lot of displacement over here. And so I'll just let 3D Studio Max automatically reassign these weights however it sees fit. Then the back, we're just going to trim that and clean up the spill. Trim this and clean up the spill. Trim this and clean up the spill. And then come over here, trim this and clean up the spill. Trim and clean. Okay, come over and do this. And that's actually already pretty well situated. And then we do the same over here. Trim and clean. Trim and clean. trim and clean, trim and clean. So now we go through and do one last pass. It should be all more or less cleaned up. So we come through and remove all of this. Just kind of come through here and clean this all up. And we just come through and clean this up. All these blue weights are probably so minimal that they would hardly make a difference, but that's not an excuse for being lazy. The weights aren't supposed to be there, and so we just clean them up anyways, even if they are in practice trivial. We still clean them up. And then the very last step we do with these weights is the same as from when we were rigging the skirt and the cloak. We just select all of the weights and blend them. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to select the head and neck bones and make sure that they are clean. So I'm just going to come over here, and then the neck in particular should not have any weight attached to it. So we'll just get rid of all of the neck's weight. There we go. And now we're going to select all the vertices and then just Shift B to blend, and then go down the line and blend. And you can see how it makes these otherwise rough edges a lot smoother. That is what we want, is those smooth edges, especially over here in the back where there's three bone chains sharing the weights back here. So actually get rid of that a little bit. And this will just smooth out the weights a fair bit so that it all behaves rather nicely. So let's just see how it looks now. So we got a little bit of blending that we can still do. Looks like mostly in the underbelly, since this hair is layered. So we'll go through and clean that up next. But other than that, you can see is it forms really rather well. And let's just see how the back hairs work. So we come over here. And all three of them are selected. And they all move individually. It'll all look rather nice in motion. Okay, so let's clean up some of those nasty underbellies. So we're just going to come over here. just kind of figure out where exactly these all are. What we might actually end up doing is might actually just end up hiding the top layer of hair. Just work on the under layer. Let's do that. So we'll just kind of come around like this. Hide the top layer. Oops. And we'll just kind of take a look at the weights here. See, like we can see, got some rough edges over here. It shouldn't be there. And over here. Things like that. Go through and key, and then we'll go through and hide these layers as well to get the layers underneath them. And then we'll do one last check through and see what the weights are like. So it's like, this isn't necessarily difficult, it just requires some thorough checking. And it's looking pretty good now. So if I come through and unhide all of this, do those tests again, it should overall just look much better. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so now let's work on the front bangs. Which is, of course, where most of the details of hair motion really come into view, is how the bangs interact. So, what we're going to do is we're going to use our select element tools to sort of take a look at how these are modeled. So I'm looking, I am seeing bones, 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 bone, bone, and bone. So see, alright, so that's bone. This will be a separate set of bones. And then this will probably all be a set of bones. And then this will all be a set of bones, I think. So let's start by tracing some of those bones out. So we're going to start by hiding the other bones. And we're going to start with this hair strand. So we're going to unhide everything, so it's only this bone strand that's visible. And we will trace along this edge. We need 2 bones there. And we will just come along here, center this, set the rotation to local, rotate like that. And we will create a 3rd bone, like so. So we're going to select all of these bones, and we're going to give them a width and height of 0.2. And now we're going to unhide and select the next strand of hair, which looks like it will be these three. We do the same thing. I'll use this view, get a better view of it. And then we select this, bring it forward, something like so. And when we rotate it forward and we get the edges corners just poking out, and we set those. And then we unhide again. So next we will do this bang. And once again, we do that. And then we come forward here like so. We bring this forward. So there's a bit of depth here, so we're just kind of putting in the middle of them like so. And we set these to 0.2 and 0.2. And unhide. See, next strands will probably be these. So you can see I'm starting to get a bit cluttered over here. I do not want to do that. So we're just going to go like this. Hide those bones. And we'll just kind of go from right here. And just do something like that. And then we come over here. And we set the position like so. And rotate it out. And we do something like that. And set these. And then we unhide these again. So next we will do that strand. It looks like that can start about right there. Do those. And we bring these. And we rotate these to fit the shape of the hair. There we go. And we set those. And then it looks like all of these and that will be along this, and this will be the end of the front hairs. Actually, this isn't even really a front hair, this is more a side hair, isn't it? So actually, I don't think we even need to rig these. I bet if we come over here, yeah, these are all pretty fully rigged, so I don't even need to do this. So we will instead come over to the other side. This band gets its own set of bones. Let's try that again. There we go, thank you. And we'll just kind of start right there. And we'll do something like that. And get these bones into position. Something like that. rotate like so. Something like that. And then we set these. And then we unhide. So that was that band. And then it looks like all of these would be the same as those. They'd already be weighted. And so I think at this point that is all of the bands that really need to be individually weighted. The rest of it is all weighted already. So these will be our high precision weights. So I'm going to hide the hair, unhide those unnamed bones, and we're going to start naming these. So we come over here to the bone enumerator, select you are hair, bang 1, enumerate. You are bang 2. You are bang 3. You are bang 4. You are bang 5. And you honestly, I think you are more of a left 2 or a right 2 more accurately. We're going to name you right 2. Because you're going to be going more this way than you will this way. It's like this one's questionable, but I think this one does still end up going left and right. So it'll be a bang. Because that's how I organize them, is the bangs in the back go left and right. The bangs go forward, the back goes backward. And then the left and the right both go forward and back, with the left going left and the right going right. Because jiggle bones can't collide with meshes, I have to manually set the restrictions. Those are the cardinal directions that I generally put them across. So let's bring the hair out and start doing some manual rigging. So we're going to come across here. We're going to add all these new hairs. And we're just going to start with the first bang, which is this one. Actually, these two. So we're just going to select these, grow them both. Bring them just before where the bone is. Give full weight. Grow once and blend so that the blend is right across the bone. And then bone 2, the bone's right there, so we deselect, set weight, grow, blend. And bone 3 is right there, set weight, grow, blend. So let's see how that looks in practice. Okay, come over here and make sure all of the hair is actually selected. There's that. And that. That. There we go. Okay. So now that those are rigged, I'm going to hide them so they don't obstruct my view anymore. So where is bang 2? Bang 2 is this one. So we would just go like this. And if you're curious what I'm doing there, is I'll actually do it again. I'm just selecting a random vertex, hitting grow, which expands in all directions by 1 a few times. And then once I have a full set selected, I just deselect everything so that when I hit grow, it moves up a full edge loop rather than out in a circle. And that's just because of the convenience of how these hairs are done. So one before where the bone is, set weight, grow, and blend. Here's the next bone. Set weight, grow, blend. Set weight, grow, blend. Okay. And that is that. So what is the next one? Where is bang 3-1? Bang 3-1 looks like it is both of these. So let's do that. So that would be, I'm just going to grab somewhere in the middle of both of them. Hit grow a few times. Actually, I'm going to do them both individually because they are of different polygonal depth, it looks like. So we'll start with this strand. And that looks like about where the bone needs to be. Grow, blend. Bang 2 is right here. Grow, blend. And bang 3 is right there. Set weight, grow, blend. And then we will grab this one. Hit grow a few times. Like that. And then we do the same thing again. So it looks like we'll do that. That. Bone right there, so set weight, grow, blend. And then finally the bone is right there, so set weight, grow, blend. And let's see how that works. Come over here, we select that bone. And once again, we make sure nothing is selected so that it will properly rotate. There we go. So it looks like that plane actually should have been included as well. And possibly even that plane too. So I think what we'll do is that plane is not. That plane should be included. So let's hide these two planes and then include this plane. So we grow a few times and then we deselect. Come back to 3-1. One more time, I think. Set weight, grow, blend. And then the bone is right there. Set weight, grow, blend. And then you are set weight, grow, blend. I'm not going to lie, this is actually taking longer than I expected it to. We probably won't get to compiling today. Today is just going to be the hair, apparently. So then we unhide all of these. We're just going to hide these again. And then let's just take a look at what this bone does now. Yeah, there we go. That's looking much better. And then the next bone. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, that works great. Okay. So now we're going to hide those strands and work on the next bang, which looks like it's going to be... Where's bang 4? There's bang 4, which is this one. So, looks like it starts right there. I'm just going to do that. And then we can grow it up. And set weight, grow, and blend. 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 Okay, let's see how that behaves. I'm really tired of needing to do this constantly. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to hide this, and now we've got, looks like these two go to that set of bones, and then that goes to that set of bones. So let's do these two next, and we're going to do the same thing as we did for that last one that was two separate ones, is we're going to do them one at a time. So this is bang probably 5, yep. And we just come up to about right there. Blend. And then bang 5, 2, which is right here. Followed by bang 3, which is right there. And then we do the same for this bang. Set weight, grow, blend. Set weight, grow, blend. Set weight, grow, blend. Here we go. There we go, perfect. And then we hide those. And finally we do this strand, which starts right there. You are the right tube. And we grow you out. And then we grow you up. Set weight, grow, blend. Set weight, grow, blend. Set weight, grow, blend. And set weight, grow, blend. And then finally, there is the strand. Beautiful. So now, if I come back here, if I unhide all, and then if I come over here and I unhide these, I should now be able to select this. Perfect. And that moves that bit of the hair. That moves that bit of the hair. That moves that bit of the hair. Perfect. That will work smashingly. So, her hair is rigged. We're currently 45 minutes in. I think we will actually get a compile in. Let's just do one last check of the head bone. So, come over here. Select the head. See, there's still A little bit there. One head bone, thank you very much. Looks like this should come up a little bit. There we go. And make sure there's no more stray weights. Perfect. Okay, so now before we get ready for compile, there is one thing we want to do. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't do it there. Okay, technically there's two things we want to do. First is we want to take all of these hairs and lock them to the head bone, which is what we want to affect next. So there's the head bone right there. There we go. Now that head bone we take, we're going to save this as a new file. URL biped bipple1 head 1, and then the neck bone is now biped bipple1 neck 1. There we go. So that is that. So now we save you, and the next thing we want to do is we're going to hide these. And we are going to split her into chunks so that she can work properly with face posing and such. So for that, I'm going to come over here and run another script of mine, the mesh splitter. I'll just roll out. And then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to run and edit normals on her. I'm going to set their length to 2. And I am going to select around here and around here. And then I'm going to select around the knees. Make these explicit. And collapse that. And then I'm going to come over here. I am going to select... Actually, that was a bit premature. I also want to select around the wrists and make these explicit. And then this is due to a limitation with the source model. The DAS v2 body is a bit too high polygon to compile all as a separate piece. And so I have to split it into pieces. Well, first is we're going to just select the hand meshes. We'll try and get this to be a nice, smooth split. So we'll do something like this. There we go. And something like that. There we go. We name you Nualia hands. And split. That does a few operations to split the hands off into separate meshes that are fully rigged, so it's a bit more than just a normal detach. And then we come over here and we do the same for her arms. This doesn't have to be a particularly pretty split. That's good enough. Roll the arms. And Nualia legs. There we go. And now we come over here to the group exporter. Hit update, always export. So we're going to have to compile her hair as a separate mesh, unfortunately. That's okay. So we come over here. We're going to unhide all of these bones or these objects. I'm going to start with this. This is reference Nualia v2. Okay, so we're not going to get to the compiling today, but that's okay. You are Nualia arms. We will get everything exported, and part 4, which will most definitely be the final part, will be all the things required to actually get into source from the SMDs being exported. So we grab the hands. Nualia hands. And Nualia legs. I'm going to make that a different color. That is not a friendly color. Here we go. Nualia legs. And then we're going to come over here. Create group. You are Nualia hair. You are Seduce cloak. You are Seduce arm gloves. You are Seduce top full. We will make a variant of that pulled down, or probably more likely just straight cut. Oh, actually maybe not. It's such a minimalist outfit. Such a minimalist top. This might not even do that. You are Seduce belts. You are Seduce skirt. You are Seduce panties. Actually, I'm going to redo that. Actually, I'm going to undo that. I'm going to delete these two groups. And what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to take the skirt and make a copy of it, and just name it skirt sash. I'm going to hide the original skirt, and on the sash, I'm going to delete these polygons. Then you, I'm going to tessellate. No, I'm not. What I'm going to instead do is just kind of use a fucking slice plane on you. So I don't want that little doohickey. So I'm just going to bring the slice plane in like that. I'm going to bring you over here. And rotate you slightly. And then slice. Turn that off. Turn that off. Just delete that. I don't want it. And I suppose I'll just kind of get rid of this. And then I'm going to just kind of select this edge. Get rid of relax. Turn off those boundaries. Interesting. That's most definitely not what I wanted to do. Okay, fine. You can stay kind of jagged. I don't really care enough. Okay, so now I'm going to bring back the skirt. And now I'm going to select this, and I'm going to make this Seduce skirt panties. Without is Seduce skirt bare. And then behind this, you are a Seduce sash panties. And then you are Seduce sash bare. And the reason for that is there is no part of her outfit that would have only this exist, whereas you could have it like this on the other hand. And then finally you are assiduous leggings. Okay. So we are currently 55 minutes. Yeah, that'll work just fine. So we're going to bring all of this back. And now we're going to go around here. We're going to select all of her hair bones. And we're going to run another script of mine. I have a lot of script, the bone jiggler. Jiggle bones without roots. No, not quite ready for that actually. Damn it. Hair. Star hair, star jiggle. Fuck it, it's too late now. I did this in the wrong order. So just select all the fucking hair bones. Set this to world, because jiggle bones have to be oriented a specific way. So come over here, don't affect children. Another script, because don't affect children doesn't always work. Object saver, forget the selected, clear the saved, and then save the selected. And now we come over here and we set this to -180, 0, 0, and we just set this to -180 a few times, set these a few times, until eventually things stop moving. Like so. And we hit restore position. I don't think anything actually moved. That's good. And then we just come over to the hair, and we toggle always deform to get it back to the correct shape. So now all the hair bones are rotated the correct way. They are now ready for jiggle bones. And the jiggle script created all these jiggle bones. These will actually move, whereas these will be the bones that you compose in Source Filmmaker, which allows you to control the jiggle bones in Source Filmmaker without having to bake them. Those are my control bones. So now we run yet another script of mine, lots of scripts of mine, and that will be the bone jiggler. No, not the bone jiggler. It will be the jiggle QCI generator. Jiggle QCI generator. And we will just generate a QCI automatically. We will come over here to elves, Nualia v2, and jiggle hair. Save. Right, it's 51 jiggle bones. And then we come over here to decompile mine, as v2, elves, Nualia v2. And we crack this open. And there we go. It generates the jiggle bone QC for all of the bones. So that is where we are right now. So the last thing to do is actually export. Update the always export 338 total bones. The max is 256, which means the hair will have to be compiled as a separate model, but that's okay and not at all unexpected. That's very often the case, especially when clothes like hers are manually rigged. So we come over here to export groups, set the path to eDrive tools, decompiled, mine. Dash 3D. Lots of things in there. Elves. Nualia v2. And then we select all. Make sure everything is unhidden. Turn away, hit that again. And export. And then we just go through and export this all. Ooh, okay, that's no good. Cancel. Okay, so this mirrored parent error comes up sometimes. It is a really easy fix, so let's fix it real quick. So the way we do that is we're just going to select everything from the head on down. save. We are going to clear saved objects. Forget selected objects. We're going to save everything. Why is not everything selected? Worthless sack of shit. Let's try that again. Here we go. Clear saved objects. Forget saved objects. Save selected objects. Save. And that is not selecting her face bones. Why is it not selecting her face bones? Because those aren't actually bones. They're dummies. You dummy. Update selected. Yep, fuck you too. Ooh, I hope. We'll find out. If not, hopefully we won't need this. Forget selected. Clear saved. Save selected. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we have all the bones selected. We are going to come over to the bone tools, which is actually already up. The face dummies won't work for this. That's fine. Select all the actual bones. And we just come over here and we hit reset scale and stretch. And you see that they became horrifically deformed on the hair. That is entirely expected. And we just talk about this with always deform again. And then we hit 0 to reset. And now the bones look all fucked up, but as presumably they work correctly. Since now I can come over here again, make sure everything's unhidden. Update always export and export group. So I'm going to actually just create that window again. Select all, path is still good, and export. And now no more mirrored parent error. Use explicit normals. Use explicit normals. Use explicit normals. I unfortunately do not have a script that can fully automate the export. Unfortunately, not using Wonderboy's exporter, which is far and away my preferred exporter because it's extremely fast, unlike the exporter I wrote, which has to run through MaxScript rather than C++, and it uses explicit normals, unlike cannon fodders. And the explicit normals are what those blue lines that we made green with make explicit are. And those are required for having the mesh come back together without having visible seams. So now everything is all exported. We can come over here and we can look. And there indeed is everything. And that is where we will end for this part. So the next part will be everything involved in compiling and getting her working properly in source. Until next time.